That was quick. You got this, Chris?
Yep. What now, sir?
That was quick.
Are you guys, obviously you know your seeding, Arkansas, Thursday, and Rhode Island. Just any thoughts on the draw and kind of how you guys are feeling headed in the tournament?
I mean, I think we like our draw, but I mean, it's going to be tough, no matter who you are in the tournament. I mean, it's March Madness, anything can happen. So, I mean, we like where we're at. It's going to be a tough 2 games to win, but we're going to prepare as best as we can and look forward to it.
Both teams are really different since then, but what do you remember about Arkansas Zeke from playing them in October?
I mean, they're very athletic, very strong, physical, fast. I mean, they're a great team. They're coached by a great coach. I mean, neither team was really at full strength when we played down there for the exhibition. So both teams are now looking at full strength, and it's going to be a great game for sure.
How do you guys have to change your mindset, if at all, when you're heading into a game of this magnitude? The rest of the time, there's always been more games lying beyond whatever you're currently doing.
Yeah, it'll be tough. We're gonna have to, because a couple of the guys have never played in the tournament before, so try to explain and get in their heads that every possession matters, and that any mistakes that you make can be really costly for you and end your season.
You guys in the T-Mobile Center obviously played 2 of your best games of the season back to back. What's the key to keeping that moving forward while also getting other guys like Ryland and maybe guys like AJ off the bench and Flory involved?
Yeah, I think it was good and bad for us. I think obviously getting a win there was nice, but we really wanted to win that Arizona game. I feel like we just ran out of gas in the second half, but it was good to see AJ play well versus UCF. I think everybody knows that he's very valuable for us, and when he plays well, it makes stuff a lot easier for the rest of the team. And so, just trying to make sure he stays confident in himself, and then especially Ryland. I feel like those 2 guys are really going to be the X factors. If they play well, I think that really bodes well for us, and I think that'll be really important to see whether or not we are able to advance.
Yeah. Guys, this is for both of you. How excited are you for March Madness and the opportunity it presents?
Yeah, I mean, anybody should be excited for the month of March, and then obviously heading into early April. But I mean, March Madness is the best tournament there is. I mean, anything can happen, upsets happen. But just to have the opportunity to go out there and play, on a neutral floor, nobody really has an advantage. So it's just hooping at the end of the day, and we're really excited for that.
Hunter?
Yeah, I mean, whenever you get a chance to make the tournament, you can't take it for granted. Because in my 5 years, I didn't make it 1 year, unfortunately, and that was a real bummer because it's the most fun experience of my life so far, playing in those NCAA tournament games, because they are so fun, and it means so much, and it happens so quick. You got to try to value it and try to live in the moment as much as you can, but also I think it's just being really conscientious of trying to give it your all, and I think as a team, I think we're all ready. I think we know that our backs are kind of against the wall, and that we don't have any margin for error anymore, and that any mistakes that we make could be the end of our season. So it'll be interesting to see how we respond.
Zeke, you've talked about being from Lawrence a lot over the course of the season. I wonder, in this moment, knowing what your NCAA tournament path is going to be, how much that's on your mind when you do that with your hometown school?
Yeah, I mean, I felt that way all season. I mean, not just about the tournament, but every time I have the opportunity to go out there and play for Kansas, I mean, it means a lot to me to be able to represent Kansas in March Madness, obviously, just with the winning pattern that they've had, the success that they've had in the past. And I mean, we talked about it a little bit upstairs with Coach, the San Antonio kind of the pattern and the success that they've had when the Final Four was in San Antonio. So, and I remember I was a little kid watching the Final Four in San Antonio. So, yeah, I mean, it's huge. Definitely going to be fun, but blessed to have the opportunity to play for Kansas.
Hey, you guys have both talked, and your teammates too, about consistency being such a key for this team. How can you dial that in and make consistency simple over the next couple of days or couple of rounds or however far you go? Is there something you can do to try to make that a simple equation?
I think the biggest thing is probably just not trying to do too much. You know, kind of implementing that into our guys' head. Just keep the game simple as possible. And coaches try to do that. You know, sometimes we get off track a little bit, but I mean, everybody's continuing to try and buy in to what he's telling us and the game plans that we have for other teams. So I mean, I don't really see us taking a step backwards. I see us taking a step forwards going into the tournament for sure.
And Zeke, you grew up around it, so most years KU gets the team that fans have to look up where it is, who are they, never heard of that school, that kind of thing. This is Arkansas. You guys talked about the coach. I wonder if you could both answer, the bigger opponent, the big name like that, does that grab your attention more? Does that change the feel of this thing at all, or no?
I mean, personally for me, I've never really had to play, like, I've always been the underseed.
Right.
Whenever I made it for 2 years, so I was the underseed, looking for the upset game, and this one's gonna be, a big time game. Obviously, Arkansas is a great team. We've seen them before, they've seen us before, so we kind of know each other's style a little bit, but we're just gonna go out there and have fun and play our game.
Yeah, I feel like the committee kind of knew what they were doing with this one. Bill Self and John Calipari, two of the most, I feel like, prestigious coaches in college basketball history, going at it, and then the winner gets to play Rick Pitino in Providence, and so I feel like they kind of knew what they were doing with that. But it'll be fun playing against an Arkansas team that has really come on as of late. They were kind of iffy to make the tournament in the middle of the season, but they really finished the season really strong, and I think they're coming in pretty hot and with a lot of confidence. They're rumored to have Boogie Flan back, their second leading scorer, and so they'll have a lot of confidence coming into the game. But I feel like we have a lot of confidence going into the game as well, because we feel like we deserve to be here. We feel like we're a very good team, and I feel like the confidence is really high with a lot of guys right now, and so I think it'll make for a really good matchup in Providence.
For both of you guys, knowing that this is your last dance, whether it ends with a national championship or comes up short, how do you change your approach, if any, going into this?
I think we just take it one game at a time, focus on the opponent that's in front of us and not, miles down the road. It's important to win one game before you look forward to the next. So just taking that approach, understanding, the opponent that's in front of you is more than capable of winning an NCAA tournament. I mean, or a tournament game. They're in the tournament for a reason, so we just got to take it one game at a time.
Anything else?
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, guys. Right.